Hello students, and welcome back to today's grammar lesson. Today we're going to learn the difference between the present perfect progressive, which is also known as the present perfect continuous, and the present perfect tense. So let's take a look at some of the definitions in the PowerPoint and some of the examples. First, what is the present perfect progressive tense? This is actions that started in the past, they continue in the present, or they may continue into the future as well. So this is actions that haven't finished yet, or they've just completed, only recently. Let's take a look at two of the examples. It has been snowing all day. That means it's still snowing. And it may snow in the future. Or it could have been snowing all day and it just recently stopped snowing. Ted has been looking for a job for a year and hasn't found one yet. So for 1 year, he's been searching for a job. He still hasn't gotten a job offer. He's probably still searching today, and he may even search in the future. One thing is for sure is that he hasn't gotten a job yet, so he most likely will continue to do his job search. How long has the counter been marking the time? The counter has been marking the time for 10 seconds. And that means it's still counting down. And it will continue counting down in the future. How long has the money been falling? The money has been falling for 1 hour, for 1 week, for 2 days. It's still falling now, as you can see in the picture. And chances are it will continue to fall in the future as well. So again, the PPP represents actions that have stopped recently, and we can see something that's visible, some product from those actions. So she has been working all night with the report. So she's been working, and the report has just been finished, but we can tell that she was working a lot because she looks tired. It has been raining. So the rain may have just stopped, and we know that because the floor is wet. So it was probably raining for a long time. These can also be repeated actions that started in the past. There are a certain number of verbs that we can use. For example, hit, punch, knock, jump. These are action verbs that show some physical action has been occurring. Take a look at the picture. How long has Jimmy been running? So if this is a marathon, you could say Jimmy has been running for 3 minutes. So that means he's still running. Or this could be a habit that he's been doing every year. So Jimmy has been running for 10 years. He's probably not running right now, but this is a habit of something that he does regularly. How many times has Jimmy won the race? He has won the race 5 times. So we don't know about the future. He may continue to win many races. So in this example, Jimmy is a repeated runner. He has been running for a long period of time, and it's a habit that he will continue in the future. Sometimes we can use the present perfect or the present perfect progressive, and it has the same meaning. These are the cases where it's a little bit ambiguous. We have lived in Connecticut for 3 years. We have been living in Connecticut since 1997. You can see both the present perfect and the present perfect continuous are used here. Have lived, have been living. Both of them mean that we still live in Connecticut now. Take a look at this chart and see if it makes any sense. So, the present perfect emphasizes a permanent event, whereas the PPP represents only a temporary event. They have read a book about philosophy. That means they finished reading the book, and they probably don't read those type of books regularly. They have been reading a book about philosophy, means that they're still reading that book. So when we think about the present perfect, we want to know how much someone has done something, how many times someone has done something, how many things someone has done. For example, she has cooked and cleaned all day. Is she finished? Yes, she is. We have met twice a week for 2 months. Are we still meeting? No, we're finished. We were probably meeting because of a project. However, when we use the PPP, we want to know or talk about how long something has been happening. So, I have been reading the New York Magazine for 2 months. Am I still reading it? Yes, most likely. Will I continue reading it in the future? Probably, most likely. Now, let's come to the end of our slide. If you want to review some of these examples, go back and ask yourself these questions. So, is the action completed? If the action is completed, that means you use the present perfect. If the action has not been completed, you want to use the present perfect progressive. So, you're going to take a quiz after this and see if you can tell the difference between the present perfect and the present perfect progressive. Okay, good luck, and we hope that you do well on your quiz.